Here are the horoscopes for the week of the 20th to the 26th of March 2017. We stand on the threshold of the spring equinox. So this weekend we're coming out of the mystical waters of Pisces, and by Monday we'll be stepping into the bright new fire of Aries. And this is a very important threshold. This is a crossing over point, and we'll feel a very different climatic as this happens. But to begin with, first of all, with Pisces, we're coming to the end of a zodiac cycle, and we need to look back over the whole year and see what we're ready to let go of. Because Pisces takes the seed of everything, every month that the sun has walked through over the last zodiac cycle, and it soaks up all of those energies. But in order to go up a level, we need to rinse ourselves off now and not take all the baggage forwards. So for this weekend and Monday, it's a good idea to have a look at where you can let go of a repetitive emotional story or belief, and to wring ourselves out, to become less saturated, to let go with gratitude, with awareness, to realise anything that we're holding, any parts of ourselves that we're not proud of, to take the message of that forwards but not the whole baggage, to forgive ourselves, to look at where we're holding friction with others and to forgive them because they were just the messenger, and it's about what was the message in there. So Pisces can dwell in a victimhood stance sometimes, feeling sorry for themselves as they're so immersed in all of this emotion. But it's now time to let go of anything that's self-pitying and not self-supporting, so that we can freshen ourselves up and be singular and bright as we go into the week. So a couple of days there just to look back with reflection, with honesty, and with the desire to release. On Monday we have Mercury conjunct Venus retrograde in Aries. So Mercury will want to race forwards in Aries. It wants to set its mind to something and go, go, go. But this is a very interesting combination because Venus wants to take us back to the core excitement, to the value of whatever we're putting our energy into, and to rekindle that flame first. So we've got until the 15th of April to actually go back to what really matters to us, what motivates us, our dynamic and excited energy behind anything, and put our mind to focusing on that rather than going forwards and making plans and turning that into action, or at least to start acting from that place. So it's not all about racing forwards and getting as much done as possible and setting lots of intentions. It's about going back to the centre of what that intention is and to reconnect with that first. So Mercury conjunct Venus retrograde in Aries, go back inwards, connect with the inner fire, the passion, the reason and the motivation. Connect with simple truths and joyful desires for honest endeavours, genuine love and excitement for soulful ventures, and connect with our own creative force. So then when we do start to act, we're guided from deep within ourselves. So maybe while we're doing our retrospective, we can go back and have a look at the things that have happened in the last cycle that have impacted on us. And instead of taking the story and the narrative, have a look at why it impacted on us, what mattered to us, where was the injustice or the difficulty or the friction, but go back to the point of why that would trigger us in the first place, so that we can actually focus our sharp Mercury minds on that point and get the real message, to get the point of it, and to be able to not have to repeat that cycle. By Monday the sun moves into Aries, so this is the beginning of the spring equinox, which is a 3-day event. So when the sun steps over the threshold from Pisces into Aries, we can start to listen to our inner voice and start to apply our energy and talent with pure intention towards soulful goals. So it's a very fresh, very bright, very sparky, full of potential, but listening first, listening with that Venus heart to what we want to put our energy into. This is what the month of Aries will be, and it begins on Monday. Aries is a very impulsive sign. It likes to think of something and act straight away, so this may be a little bit difficult if you're a very impulsive person. At least trust your impulses. This is what this combination is asking you to do, acting from the heart, so it's not a head impulse. It's not a, I think I want to do this, but it's a, I know I'm going to love putting my energy in this place. So over the next few weeks we have an opposition with Jupiter that's clearing out the way, that's saying connect with your bigger self, connect with the general flow, the bigger picture, where you want to be, where you want to grow into, but with that Venus there as well, get to the very core of that. But we might find ourselves on Tuesday balancing impulsiveness versus caution, leading versus following, and action versus reflection. So it might feel a little bit energized, a little bit frictious. It might be raring to go, but not quite knowing what direction to go in. So I would say go inwards, because in the middle of the equinox phase, it's about pausing while we're in the balance and just allowing things to reveal themselves. So this holds true for Wednesday as well, just pausing in the balance, allowing the potential with that Jupiter opposition, allowing the love and the desire and the vision to expand from the centre rather than from the head, but not actually putting any of that into action just yet, just swimming in the pure potential. But as we come out of the equinox and towards the end of the week, we do have a chance to sow some new seeds, to set some bold intentions and to get really excited about them. But with this Venus retrograde, just leave a little flexibility, because I believe with Venus and Jupiter, whatever ideas you've got can be expanded. There could be something bigger and brighter that can come out of this. So to just set those very basic intentions, but not be too rigid with that, to leave some space that they can grow brighter. So when we're seeking direction and purpose for the year ahead, it's a good idea to have a look at who are you now that you're refreshed. You're not the same person that would have set these intentions a week ago, because you may have gone in and done that inner work. It's in where you're off alignment, or where you're pressing ahead from the head, not the heart. So we've reconnected with the spark. Have a look at what really matters to you and what's going to be worth your energy. That's a good practice for Friday. Then when we come to the weekend, we have Mercury and Uranus meeting in Aries. And this is the processing mind meeting the visionary mind. So these two have a chance to come into alignment and refresh themselves, ready for stepping forwards next week maybe. But this is very much about independent thought. We generally tune into a collective field, and we're walking around with that processing, with that narrative, with that mind chatter. But we need to have a look at, is that really true? We need to first of all put our focus on what we're thinking, and then make our own mind up, do some independent research. So to focus that Mercury mind into higher thought forms, connecting with Uranus to the higher mind, and seek knowledge, to break free from the collective and to liberate our minds. So this is a very timely aspect as we come out of this very powerful equinox week, and we're getting ready to step forwards into action. Then hopefully with the Venus aspect, we're connected in the centre. With Jupiter, we've got the room to grow into something of greater meaning. And then with the two minds aligned, we should be sovereign, we should be self-knowing, and we should have at least challenged the old patterns so that we can step out mentally as well into an expanded new cycle. So those are the horoscopes for this week, and I'll see you next week. If you'd like to have a look at your chart and the year ahead, I am available for readings one-to-one or over Skype. And I do have some courses, because when we go through the month of Aries, when the sun goes through Aries, this is a great time to start learning astrology, because you can walk with the sun through each sign of the cycle and actually learn that intuitively, actually experience it as you go along. I also have a number of events and products that are on my website. If you'd like to come and take a look, that's astrozo.com. Or if you'd like to contact me for a reading or for course information, then please do contact me on zoehines7@gmail.com.